And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala promised victory for this deen, whether through us or not through us. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَإِن تَتَوَلَّوْا يَسْتَبْدِلْ قَوْمًا غَيْرَكُمْ ثُمَّ لَا يَكُونُوا أَمْثَالَكُمْ. If you don't give victory to this deen, if you do not support this deen, you don't stand by this deen, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will exchange you. But victory is coming for this deen. Have no doubt in your heart. Nothing, my brothers, is established in this deen without two things. Please understand this. Without two factors, you will never move in your deen. Number one, ilm, knowledge. And number two, amal, action. Without ilm and amal, you will never move forward. Never. And our ummah is struggling in both aspects. Our community, the ummah at large, we are struggling in both aspects. Number one, there's ignorance in the ummah of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. There's lack of awareness. We are unaware. Enemies of Islam have been working on this ummah for centuries, and they have succeeded big time in making us ignorant people of our deen. We are unaware of our responsibilities. I don't know what is required of me. I don't know how to please Allah. It is sad. It hurts us, my brothers. Wallahi al-azim, it hurts us. It hurts me personally. We're saying, look, look, every day we're claiming, we're protesting. Look, the enemies of deen are not just. Look, the enemies of deen are hypocrites. Look, the enemies of deen are not helping the civilians. Look, they are silent. Look, they are this. What do you expect from your enemy? Why is it that you are expecting your enemy to look after your deen? It's exactly a funny example. Imagine someone in a boxing ring. He enters the boxing ring against an opponent. He's fighting with him and then he gets punched. So instead of fighting back, he goes to the audience and says, look, he just punched me. That's unfair. Why is he punching me for? Why is he violent? Habibi, he is your enemy. He is trying to destroy your deen. Enemies of Islam are not after your money. They're not after your infrastructure, they're after your deen. They come in different forms, they wear different suits, they talk different languages, but they want Islam. They know that the biggest enemy they have in life is this deen. So we have to be aware. The responsibility of establishing Islam that Sheikh Abu Adnan mentioned before is not their responsibility. It's my responsibility. Allah will ask me on Judgment Day, what did I do for this deen? I have to first be aware that this is my responsibility. Nowadays, enemies of Islam have worked on the ummah for centuries and have convinced us. First, they convince you to leave deen. This is their main and best target. If you leave Islam and leave the fold of Islam, this is ultimate success for them. If they can't make you leave your deen, then at least they want you to worship Allah on your own. Worship Allah, but keep this religion with you. If you want to pray 5 times salat, I'll build you a mosque. What do you want? A mosque? You want an organization? You want an association? Beautiful. Mosques, I will aid you. I'll build a mosque for you. But so long as you leave this deen between the walls of the masjid. If you want to worship Allah, if you want to grow your beard, put niqab and do it. But please, don't intimidate us. Leave us to our lifestyle. This is why, my brothers and sisters, we have to understand that if they fail to make you leave Islam, at least they want you to live an Islam that's not the Islam of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. All prophets of Allah came with this mission to establish deen on earth, like we heard in the ayah, and aqimu deen, establish deen, wa la tatafarraqu fi. It's only human if I'm convinced that this is the right path, this is salvation, this is happiness, this is success, that I pass it on to humanity. But nowadays, no, they've made us shy. Worship Allah but in your house. Work in da'wah but within your community. Don't disturb us, don't disturb our lifestyle, no. I'm out there and I'm out there to save humanity from the darkness they're in. The Prophet of Allah taught the Sahaba this, to take people and save them from worshipping human beings to worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. ومن جور الأديان لعدل الإسلام, and from the injustice of other sets of belief to the justice of Islam. ومن ضيق الدنيا, and from the tightness of this world إلى سعة الدنيا والآخرة, to the vastness of this world and the hereafter. This was their mission, and every Muslim has to understand that this is my mission. My mission is not like they tell us and teach us. All of us, let's speak reality. Our concerns, the reality of our concerns is the American dream, the Aussie dream, Australian dream. What is our concern? Let's not fake, feelings. Everyone wants a nice house, double-story house, a beautiful wife, mashallah, beautiful shiny kids, a nice pet, a dog or a cat in the house to feed every day, a nice pool in the house will be sensational, a beautiful car. This is our dream. Every day you wake up every day in the morning and this is your concern. This is why working 12, 16 hours a day, double shift, triple shift, to make more money to fulfill your dream. But you're struggling to wake up for Fajr. This is why we say awareness is important. Yes, we are outside there to save humanity from the injustice it is in and spread the word of Allah peacefully. We're not saying, we're going to force people, we're going to kill people. لا إكراه في الدين. But yes, we are out there to spread the message of Islam, and this is my responsibility. It's not our responsibility. Most people are confused. They think this is the Ummah's responsibility. The Ummah should do this. Our rulers should do this. The ulama should do this. Mashayikh should do this. Leaders should do this. Associations should do this. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on Judgment Day will not ask you, what did the President of Egypt now do? What did the rulers of the Arab world do? Allah will not ask you on Judgment Day, what did the ulama of your time do? Allah will ask you, what did you do? What did you do for Islam? How did you sleep at night? This is the question you will be asked. So it's important, number one, to understand our deen is not only 5 times prayer in the masjid, praying tahajjud at night. It's an important part of our deen. Yes, but our deen is more than this. قال صلى الله عليه وسلم, Prophet of Allah said in the authentic hadith, ما من نبي بعثه الله قبل, every prophet that came before me, except that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave him disciples and companions from his ummah. They followed his path, they followed his teachings, they followed his way. ثم إنها تخلف من بعدهم خلوف. After these people die, after this generation of pious companions die, ثم إنها تخلف من بعدهم خلوف. After them a generation comes, يقولون ما لا يفعلون. They do what they are not told to, or they say but they don't act. يقولون ما لا يفعلون ويفعلون ما لا يؤمرون. And they do things they weren't ordered to do. And you fast, mashallah, and your wife, mashallah, is covered, and everything is beautiful and set. But you have no concern for the ummah of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and you're not working to establish deen on earth. There is something wrong with your iman, something is wrong with your faith. And they have convinced us this is all right. Nowadays, ask anyone, brother, are you a good Muslim or a hypocrite? He goes, brother, alhamdulillah, I pray. Alhamdulillah, I fast. Alhamdulillah, I pay my zakat. I establish the 5 pillars of Islam. The biggest misconception we have is deen is the 5 pillars of Islam. No. قال صلى الله عليه وسلم بني الإسلام على 5. Islam as a building was established on 5 pillars. When you moved to your house, did you move into a skeleton of foundation and a couple of beams? No, the building is far more bigger. It's a bigger thing than the 5 pillars. But the Islam as a building, a massive skyscraper, stands on these 5 main pillars. It doesn't mean if I do these 5, that's it, I'm set going to, the highest levels of paradise. We are responsible and Allah will ask us, so we have to be aware and spread this awareness. Ilm has to come in the ummah of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I am responsible. Allah will ask me, and I spread this responsibility among the ummah of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. If the Prophet of Allah was to come in our time and see the enemies of Islam making fun of him, this might hurt him. He might be upset, the Prophet of Allah. But if he sees the followers, the ummah of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, leaving his orders and his sunnah, this will hurt him more. It's very easy to have a protest. It's very easy to burn something. It's very easy to go outside and scream your lungs and get angry. It's very easy to, make takbir in a lecture. But I can guarantee you, my brothers, I can guarantee you, I can get up now and give the biggest lecture of, we should do and we should do and we should do. But we all know, my brothers, 5 minutes after this lecture, we'll probably be hanging out, laughing our heads off, eating a barbecue or something. قال سبحانه وتعالى يا أيها الذين آمنوا لما تقولون ما لا تفعلون. Why do you say something and do something else? Haki is easy, talking is cheap, it's easy, it has no value. But where is the action in the ummah of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam? Where is Quran in our ummah? Where is the love of the book of Allah? Where is reading it, memorizing it, understanding it? For God's sake, 90% of the new youth, they even lost connection to the Arabic language. If you speak an Arabic word, they say, sorry mate, speak to me in English. He lost connection to the book of Allah, lost connection to the sunnah. Haram everywhere around you. Corruption everywhere around you. Boyfriends, girlfriends, jump on Facebook and see the condition of our ummah. If you really care about this deen, you do something about it by applying deen in your life and then working day in, day out. Make this your target. Make this your vision. Make this your effort. Every day wake up in the morning, my first concern is deen. My first concern is Allah. My first concern is the sunnah of Muhammad, not only in me, and everyone around me. I see someone falling in sin, it burns me, because I know this has a negative effect on all the ummah of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Don't expect sympathy from your enemies. Don't expect it, it's ridiculous. Only expect help and nusr from Allah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says clearly in his book, وَكَانَ حَقًّا عَلَيْنَا نَصْرُ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ. Allah promised victory to the believers. So when you see no victory, what does that say? Allah is betraying his promise? Hasha wa kalla. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَمَنْ أَصْدَقُ مِنَ اللَّهِ حَدِيثًا. Who is more honest in his speech than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? It's us not fulfilling the conditions. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Surah An-Nur, وَعَدَ اللَّهُ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا مِنْكُمْ وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ. Allah promises those who have belief and they act accordingly. Iman wa amal salih. وَعَدَ اللَّهُ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا مِنْكُمْ وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ لَيَسْتَخْلِفَنَّهُمْ فِي الْأَرْضِ. Allah will make them rule earth. Quran, promise of Allah. In the end of the ayah, يَعْبُدُونَنِي لَا يُشْرِكُونَ بِي شَيْئًا. They worship me, they don't associate anyone with me. Wallahi, wallahi, the enemies of Islam, when they see a lecture like this burns them 1,000,000 times more than a comment or an anger or this. It burns them more because they know youth will leave and become, in their context, sort of brainwashed. He's brainwashed. He's an extremist now. Why? He wants to grow his beard and go to the masjid. She wants to put niqab on. She's an extremist. So my brothers, please, two things: awareness and action. Action means myself and da'wah, working hard to establish deen on earth without shyness. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us from those who practice what we hear. نسأل الله سبحانه وتعالى أن يجعلنا من الذين يستمعون القول فيتبعون أحسنه.